Assassin's Creed Invictus is one of the games that got announced a couple of years back. It was 2022 actually. Ubisoft announced like this whole they had this whole Ubisoft gameplay showcase that was focusing on Assassin's Creed and the future of Assassin's Creed franchise, and they announced several upcoming games in the franchise at that time, one of them being Assassin's Creed Invictus, and the other ones that we know are Hexe, codename Hexe, Assassin's Creed Jade, which was supposed to be a mobile game, and also Assassin's Creed Red, which turned out to be Shadows, which has already come out, so on and so forth. So Invictus supposed to be this multiplayer Assassin's Creed game. The difference about this game is it's not a standalone, it's not a mode add-on to a standalone single player game. This is supposed to be a game that's been built from the ground up with multiplayer gameplay mechanics in mind, rather than having multiplayer added onto the game that was primarily built as a single player experience. That was exciting. Like I remember all of us, and even if you look at the internet, if you go back to the comments of those reveals, you'll see like a lot of people actually being excited about Invictus. However, it's been 4 years now, and we've got some insider information, if you will. There are claims that stating that the development team working on Invictus doesn't seem to share the same excitement. Well, that's a little bit concerning. Assassin's Creed leaker and gaming streamer Jonathan claims that a source inside the development team has told him it's possible that everyone working on the ambitious Assassin's Creed multiplayer game isn't happy with it. Only the managers will probably keep smiling and singing the praises of this project. The unnamed sources is quoted as saying, adding that they don't even understand what demographic Invictus is supposed to appeal to. Well, that is very concerning. And this is actually the tweet from Jonathan in French, which I don't understand, so I'm happy to read the rough translation provided by GameBrand. Thank you very much. There seems to be a lot of reasons behind the alleged internal discontent surrounding Invictus. Apparently, this is an unnamed source within the company, and they said they have criticized ridiculous animations, hideout, and cartoonish characters. Their faces are just as awful, idiotic sound, and visual effects, pointing to potential problems with the project. The source was also dismayed with the reported inclusion of combat arenas as one of the game's features, which sounds like a big departure from Assassin's Creed games' traditionally stealth-first style gameplay. Well, no shit, Sherlock. That does not sound like anything Assassin's Creed related, Ali would definitely love this, yeah. He probably would. Multiplayer in Assassin's Creed isn't new. We've had multiplayer mode added to the Assassin's Creed game, starting with all the way back in like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood back in 2010, and those were very much like stealth focused. So this is back in Brotherhood days, and it was very much focused on stealth focused multiplayer. Essentially, you had to stay hidden and you had to assassinate targets, and you have to kind of blend into the NPCs walking around and pretend to be another NPC essentially. And if you just give yourself away, there are other assassins in the mix that could recognize you as an actual real player and come and assassinate you, and you get a point. So essentially it's kind of like team deathmatch with stealth assassinations. That's what it was. And it was actually really, really cool because you had to really nail the art of pretending to be an NPC in the game if you want to make it to the top. If you just run around like a little headless chicken, as you can see, look at this guy. He's just pretending to be like an NPC. He's like walking instead of running. And he's trying to figure out who the other real players are because everyone's trying to blend in. That's the game. So I really loved playing this, and it was actually amazing back in the day. I felt so good playing this, and I really hope to see an evolution of this game, but they dropped it off, I think all the way up until maybe Unity, I don't know, maybe Unity or before that, they kept adding these online modes, but then eventually they dropped it off and stopped focusing on those multiplayer components for the games, and it completely dropped off when they revamped the entire, overhauled the entire Assassin's Creed formula, starting with Origins. It was good to see that they were working on a multiplayer focused Assassin's Creed game, and we all thought that it would be going back to the old roots of having assassins trying to play an assassin, stealth modes and stealth assassinations and stuff like that. We all thought that would be the case, but by the look of this, it doesn't sound like that's what they're doing with the game, and there's no wonder. Well, the developers are kind of mad at it. What are they saying? They're saying ridiculous animations, hideouts and cartoonish characters, idiotic sound and visual effects, inclusion of combat arenas. I don't think that sounds like Assassin's Creed Online that we knew. To give some backstory, Jonathan has long been a critic of Invictus, and his release of this new information seems to align with many of the doubts he had previously expressed about the upcoming game. In late 2024, the leak reported that Invictus would follow a format similar to Fall Guys. Fall Guys? What? Okay. In that report, Jonathan had mentioned Invictus would include a variety of 16-player knockout matches, including free-for-all, deathmatch, and parkour speed. Yeah. No, first of all, they're claiming these to be insider information, but nothing is obviously confirmed. So always take all of these leaks with a grain of salt. I'm just reporting on this stuff, but this could be like complete bullshit, so we don't know. If any of this is true, Assassin's Creed Invictus is not off to a great start. That's really, really unfortunate, because I was hoping it to be, return to the roots, and would be a really fun addition to the Assassin's Creed franchise. I don't know, man. Ubisoft seems to be making the worst decisions a gaming company could make over and over, and one after the other. Keep putting themselves in trouble. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is actually true, given the fact that even after 7 major games delays and 6 games cancelled and 2 studios laid off just weeks ago, they're still saying that they want to focus on games as a service experiences, which is essentially online multiplayer games. They have so many great IP sitting on them that are really cut out for narrative driven games, but they focus on these bullshit. So yeah, I don't know what they're doing, man. This is another Ubisoft drama that is unfolding as we speak.